Being agile or doing agile when the situations are normal, challenges are routine, and the scenarios are familiar is possible. And in that, the existing agile frameworks can work. But the problem is that the probability of having those perfect and normal days is getting shorter, and the world is increasingly becoming more uncertain and complex. Today, we all know that a crisis can hit us anytime and from anywhere. And in such a situation, following a framework is not going to be of any help. In fact, the frameworks that are designed to work in normal days can sometimes prove disastrous in a crisis situation. To scale the pace of efforts with agility in a crisis takes something beyond the framework. Look at the present situation and our country is approaching that. There's something for all of us to learn from. Operation Ganga is an example of agility and leadership in crisis, which we have witnessed live before our eyes. On 27 February, India launched Operation Ganga, a multi pronged evacuation operation to rescue over 22,000 Indian nationals, including 18,000 students that were stranded in Ukraine's active war zones. After a detailed assessment of the situation, it was clear that a normal evacuation effort is not going to work. A different kind of agility was needed at all levels in collaboration, communication, and in actions, and at a scale which was never seen before. The situation was alarming. The lives of thousands of Indian citizens were at stake. Within 2 3 days of the commencement of the operation, specific border points were identified in the four neighboring countries of Ukraine, Poland, Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia, for land evacuations. 24 by 7 control centers were set up in those specific border points. Several Russian speaking officers were deployed, and 4 union ministers were sent to oversee the entire evacuation operation. The way our political leadership, diplomatic missions, Indian Air Force, private airlines, businesses, NGOs, individual volunteers, and a number of other facilitators worked together as a team to achieve a common mission in such a difficult situation and at a pace of enormous agility is a case study on its own. Between 27 February to 5th of March, India evacuated over 18,000 Indian nationals, including the citizens of some neighboring and other underdeveloped countries, from an environment where some of the developed countries' operations, with enormous resources at their disposal, surrendered to the situations. Operation Ganga is now completed successfully. As of 11th March 2022, India has evacuated approx all 22,000 Indian nationals. But this cannot be just some interesting news for us. For Indian professionals, Operation Ganga is a live case study of leading in a crisis with agility. Agility without a framework, a collaboration that was never seen before, and an execution time which is much lesser than the shortest sprint we have ever seen. Clear priorities, a spirit of collaboration, and above all, a leadership vision and commitment all worked in a sync to make this mission successful. The time has come to start looking at our own country's successes more carefully. Observe, learn, document, and if possible, share these successes as a template of best practices with the world. And I think this is also a right time to start thinking about crafting an Indian Agile framework, a framework for agility in crisis, something which is the need of the hour.